Hey everyone, if you don't know me, my name is Mary Ruth. I'm a writer who writes for enjoyment and fun. I love inspiring others with my stories, and I hope you'll like this video. Today I'll be answering some questions people ask me in person and online. Okay, question number one. What is your favorite part of writing? My favorite part of writing is creating the story and the character. Out of all things, I like the storytelling part of writing. Question number two. What inspired the core idea of your story? A lot of things, so let's start talking about it. I wanted a cast of characters that I would actually like writing about, and then I came up with the core of the story, writing a book about people overcoming their differences. How did your book's concept evolve to what it is now? For the concept, it was actually inspired by another book idea I had. Let me pull it up. This idea was called Hunters and Gatherers, where people were separated by their reaction to a fluid injected into them. If your hair turned blue, you are a gatherer, bad, and if red, you are a hunter, which is good. I hated it after a while because it limited my character designs. They had to have either red or blue hair and eye color, which was just terrible for my imagination. Well, that's what I convinced myself. I turned that book idea into something that felt more like One Bridge, Two Worlds. So here it goes. I wrote one chapter about the main character for Hunters and Gatherers, at except he was a counselor's son. His name was Colin, and he accidentally tried sneaking into council building at the wrong time. The first chapter is with him and his homeboy Zach, a servant, when he decides to run away. Yeah, this chapter was all over the place, but honestly, I'm not doing Colin justice because I did establish his personality, just I don't want to talk that much. After that, I found my main cast, fell in love with them, and wrote about them. The first original chapters were low stakes comedy with absolutely no plot lines, then it finally evolved to my actual first 5 chapters. And P.S. If you see me scrolling through my Google Drive folders, you see that some One Bridge Two World folders are named H&G, the abbreviation of Hunters and Gatherers, because I was too lazy to change it. Just some book lore I felt like dropping. Fourth question? Fourth question. What inspired the world for your current work in progress? I'm just, looking at my spelling here. Most of my inspiration comes from TV shows, movies, and books. Like the time I tried to make a dystopian novel because I watched The Hunger Games. Yes, I watched the movies first. We don't talk about that phase. Now for what inspired my current work in progress. I love steampunk technology, and that's the info I got for the world of One Bridge to World. From shows like Spy X Family, I got the idea of having my own Eden College in my book, which is the Academy of Math and Sciences, which does sound similar to Piltover Academy from Arcane. My main work in progress takes from worlds like Spy X Fam and Steam Dieselpunk culture. The actual story came from rewrites over rewrites. So, I really care about the world in my story. I have to search up, some sort of abbreviation punk to finally match my story with that, because when I do that, it makes world building so much more easier. My Twin Cities and One Bridge Two Worlds definitely based on steampunk dieselpunk culture. So one city is more leaning on steampunk, the other one's leaning more on dieselpunk. So the last but not least, final question, fifth question. How do you incorporate your religion in writing? So I'm a Christian and I mostly don't overthink religion in my main work in progress. I don't write realistic fiction and I make my own world where religion usually isn't the main focus. When I do that, I make my theme something that glorifies God and lifts people out. Spelling again. Sometimes Okay, yeah, spelling, again, something that I don't do is make my characters perfect. Unless I'm writing about Jesus himself, I make sure that my characters have both good and bad sides that they work to overcome. In the Bible, no characters are wholly good from the start, and that's what I incorporate in my works. As for if my book should be categorized as Christian fiction, I'm honestly not sure. For my main work in progress, I never thought of making it exclusively Christian fiction, though for newer story ideas, like my novella centered around Apostle Paul and the main character, I actually put that in mind. Okay, so next is some promotions for my novella, and also another story. When I wrote the script, this story didn't exist yet, so I'll just talk a little bit about that too. So a side project I'm really excited about my novella is spelling. A side project I'm really excited about is my novella centered on Paul the Apostle and my main character. The story follows my main character after he escapes from his master in Corinth when he runs into Paul. Paul, after hearing his situation, tells him to go back with a letter. My main character's master is a Christian, from Mongolia, and holds back the traditions to make sure that his personal slaves aren't out of his control. Later on, the main character himself becomes Christian and in good standing with his master, but longing for freedom. With his master's permission, he travels the Roman Empire for peace to find that true peace rests in God. This is only a concept, so it might change a bit. This story is based on the book of I was just looking at the next word. This story is based on the book of Philemon and the TV show Vinland Saga. Okay, for the next side project that I basically dedicated my entire life to after getting the idea, it's based on like around the 10th century. So 10th century England, where there's this slave thrall. I don't know why for historical fictions I'm always obsessed with making the main characters like slaves or like in some rural position, but we'll just not talk about that. Anyways, main character is a slave. He works as an assassin for his master, something kind of like that. And his master himself, they're all from Norway, so they're Norwegian. Then, on one of these missions, the boy fails, and as he fails, the one of the people he's assigned to end drowns him in, I'm not sure which lake, but this is in England right now. So he's traveled to England, drowns him. Then he wakes up with two sisters hovering over him, and they take him in. So I don't know where the story is gonna go at all, but I do know that it's going to be kind of like religion incorporated, because they're from a rural Anglo-Saxon village. They have to go to mass, and then they have to leave the boy behind, and all of that stuff happening kind of gives off attention, and that's why I'm kind of excited to write this story as well. So this is why this video is overdue, because I just dropped everything to go to that. Okay, that was a roller coaster ride. Thank you so much if you made it to this part. It really means so much to me. If there are any more questions you want answered, feel free to comment. I would appreciate it. Have a great day or night.